This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Flicker's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicker's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. And hello, Tiger fans, and happy holidays. Thank you for logging on to the third episode of NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by Keys Automotive Services and Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel, as well as Flicker's Tax Service in Ellisville. In Taylorsville, I apologize. As always, I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, broadcasting live from Walker's Dairy Bar. And before I go any further, I'd like to shout out the Taylorsville Tartars football team and the head coach, Mitch Evans, for claiming the 2A state championship on December the 7th by defeating the Northside Gators 48-18. And also congratulations to running back Jeffrey Pittman for earning the game MVP award. And now joining me on the show is Coach Robinson and the Scenic Productions LLC Week 4 Player of the Week, guard Jaylon Hudson. So how's it going, Coach?
Oh, it's always great being here at Walker's Dairy Bar with you and our Player of the Week.
All right, and Jaylon, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
All right, glad to have you on the show, man. Well, Coach, when we last talked on the show, it was Week 3, and the Tigers were 1-5. We fast forward to today, and the Tigers are 2-7 overall. After losing the rematch against Heidelberg, 59-44, then defeating North Forest 44-41, and losing a close one at Collins 55-54. So, can you give us a little insight about each game, like what went well, what didn't go so well, and some of the other players who had impressive performances other than the Player of the Week?
Well, after that Heidelberg loss, we had to reset defensively, so we spent about 2 or 3 full days just on defense, and you can tell by the low scoring that we did do that, but it's time to start making it all click all around. But it was North Forest kind of jumped on us a little early last time, and we didn't bounce back from that, but this time when we played them, we showed up defensively and, got our revenge on them.
All right. Now, Coach, it's near the midpoint of the season, and considering your record isn't what you like it to be, however, from looking at the final scores, your margin of defeat is scoring an average 15 less points than the opponent, while your margin of victory is scoring an average 3 to 5 points more. So what do you think is preventing the Tigers from gaining a lead and just running away and dominating the game?
Well, now that we kind of got the X and O's figured out and, we had to hit the reset when we got our football players, we had to kind of adjust from them, and they had to adjust from us as well, and starting to learn the mentality. And I just think, whether we're down by 10, we just got to understand that we got to keep fighting, and we can get on a run and get back into it. And then when you're ahead of a team like we were Saturday, you got to put your foot on the gas and stretch the lead. So it's just a mentality of, growing and understanding and learning from that, the mental aspect of the game and the emotional aspects of the game. You got to build on your leads and cut your deficits.
Exactly, Coach. So, looking ahead to Week 5, which is this week, Tuesday you guys host the Raleigh Lions, and Thursday you host inter-county rival the West Jones Mustangs. Will you talk about your feelings heading into these contests, and what do you feel the keys to victory will be?
Well, I think we should definitely come in as a confident team after our last two games. Defensively, it's time to start clicking offensively and build it all together. But I think we kind of got a little tired there at the end Saturday. Didn't have that extra gas, and they just went into another gear and they cut into our lead, and then they got the confidence and they took the lead from us right at the end. But I think you'll see a confident team. We got Raleigh coming in Tuesday. They're kind of in the same boat as we are, just trying to build and put pieces together after they lost several seniors last year. And then Thursday, it's the team across the county. I'm not going to call them by name, but we'll definitely respect their game. But we just gotta get back in the win column against them.
I definitely understand that. So after the West Jones game, the Tigers get a good week to rest due to being out for the Christmas holiday. Kind of like a bye week. Do you feel this break comes at a good time, or does it more so worry you, considering sometimes players can become relaxed or rusty?
Like I said earlier, I think we're starting to be confident, and that long layoff may hurt us, if we start getting rolling. But I think the long layoffs kind of hurt us. I think we had one, after Thanksgiving, and then we had a game that was canceled, and so then that was another long layoff, and I don't think we handled those very well. But I think we're starting to get confident, but probably answer that question for you on Friday.
I understand that, Coach. I asked that question because, I was thinking about, my favorite NFL team, the New Orleans Saints. We were on a good roll, and then we had the bye week, and then we come back and play the Atlanta Falcons, and, we played like it was a preseason game or something. Like, this the regular season, right? We get blown out by the Atlanta Falcons. And so, it happens. Every team is entitled to an off game, but, that was kind of a heartbreaker when it's your rival. But all right, Coach. Well, thank you for your game review and insight of the upcoming games. We're going to take a time out here and hear a word from our sponsors. And when we return, we're going to hear from the Scenic Productions LLC Week 4 Player of the Week, senior guard Jaylon Hudson. So keep it locked right here on NEJ Tiger Talk. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Flicker's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040 EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicker's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. And welcome back to NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by Keys Automotive Services and Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel, as well as Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville. And before the break, we heard from Tigers basketball coach Kyle Robinson as he gave his take on the Week 4 games against Heidelberg, North Forest, and Collins, as well as this week's Week 5 contest against Raleigh and West Jones. Now we turn our attention to our Week 4 Player of the Week, senior guard Jaylon Hudson. So Jaylon, let's get right to it. So let's start by, as like formalities, just start by introducing yourself to our listeners and, tell them a little bit about yourself. Like where you're from, your favorite college and pro basketball team and or player, and any other unique information about yourself.
I'm from Laurel, Mississippi. My favorite college team is Michigan State. Yeah. My favorite pro team is the Lakers. Because I'm a LeBron fan, and That's it.
It's pretty much okay. Okay, hey, I like the Lakers. You know, I guess you could kind of still consider me a Lakers fan. I'm kind of a fair weather fan when it comes to pro basketball. I started off as a Bulls fan, but when Michael Jordan retired, I followed Phil Jackson to the Lakers, and then when Phil Jackson left, I kind of stopped following until, you know, Steph Curry got into the league, and I kind of started following them. So right now, yeah, I'm a fair weather NBA fan, but, you know, it is what it is. Well, Jaylon, let me start by saying, after seeing you perform on the football field and after the season you transfer your athleticism to the basketball court in such a short period of time, talk about that transition for you. How long would you say it took you to get your body in basketball shape?
It took not a lot of time, but it took some time because we did, you know, pretty good in our season, but at the end it wasn't as I thought. But yeah, I just think that my body's getting back in shape to where it needs to be for this season.
Okay, that's good stuff. And so, being a two-sport athlete, which sport do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy basketball more. It's my favorite sport, really.
Okay, basketball is the most. Okay. I always, you know, when it comes to two athletes playing two sports, I always say there's got to be one that they like more than the other. I sometimes think when they play another sport, they have a level of enjoyment for it, but, you know, you don't want to take too much time away from sports because you don't want to get your body tired and rusty. You don't want to get your muscles to get weak or anything like that, so you kind of play another sport just to keep your body busy. Well, Jaylon, you're in your final year as a Northeast Jones Tiger. Did you care to share your plans after graduation?
I don't know what I haven't decided yet.
You haven't decided yet? Okay. Well, hey, you got time. There's no need in rushing right now because I'm telling you, when it came to my senior year, I had no idea really what I wanted to do. I didn't even know what I wanted to study. I took a couple of years at what is now Jones College. Still didn't know what I wanted to do until I got to my second semester at USM, and then that's when it all kind of came together. My story in college is quite a lengthy one, but it all worked out. But you know, whatever you choose to do, man, I mean, I know you'll be successful. Well, just to tell you, I'm certainly going to miss you putting on the pads for Friday Night Football, and you know, you're doing your thing on the basketball court. But you know, God bless you as you move forward. Well, Coach, before we go, will you give us your scouting report on Jaylon to tell us what type of player he is and what you've enjoyed about coaching him?
Oh, Jaylon definitely brings the energy. You know, like you said, took a couple games coming off the football field and probably played all of his minutes, you know, in offense, and then toward the end of the year, he's mixing in on defense a little bit here and there. So definitely had to get his basketball legs under him, trying to get that little fresh little kick. I know they stepped off the field and we had those big games against Heidelberg and Laurel and Wayne County. So, you know, we needed them to play a couple minutes here and there. And I know they probably wanted to play more, but just you got to understand it's got to click. Basketball is such a momentum sport. And, you know, it's hands, it's defensively. You know, I tell them all the time, you got to be a little bipolar. You know, just it's a different mindset on offense and defense. But just, you know, he can stroke it. You know, he can get to the lane. He knocks down his free throws defensively. You know, he can get after it. He's a leader on the court defensively. Just his energy, he talks. You know, he's very well rounded on the court.
That's good stuff. And I gotta say, Jaylon, I admire, just like Coach said, I admire, you know, seeing you play the passion that you play with. I mean, like the last game when you hit one of your 3-pointers and just the emotion that you showed on the court. I mean, you gotta love stuff like that. But I mean, one thing that I do enjoy about basketball, I love the fact that the game is never really over until, like, the final buzzer. Like football, you know, I mean, at some point you just know, okay, this game is pretty much over. Basketball, you never really know because, I mean, it can come down to the last buzzer pretty much like, I think it was McKenzie, Frazier, who scored the buzzer beater against, I can't remember what team it was. Heidelberg. Yeah, that was just that was an amazing moment. Well, all right, well, that concludes this week's episode of NEJ Tiger Talk. I'd like to thank Walker's Dairy Bar for welcoming our broadcast, and for the always fresh and amazing lunch. Thank you to our sponsors, Keys Automotive Services, Southeastern Baptist College, and Flicker's Tax Service. And thank you to Coach Robinson and our Player of the Week, Jaylon Hudson. And to you, our listeners. And until next time, have a safe and happy holiday. And remember the reason for the season as we celebrate the birth of our Savior. And again, I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, signing off. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and fueled by the following.
Flicker's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040 EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicker's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517.